Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about Hanoi, Vietnam, my experience there. I met a couple friends that I didn't expect. They all saw me on Instagram on my stories that I am at Hanoi, Vietnam, so they all decided to hit me up. And in today's video, one of my friends that will be joining me would be my friend Isabel. She's half Malaysian, half English, so it's going to be exciting to explore Vietnam with her. We're going to have a lot of fun experiences, going to test out food, drinks, go out during the nightlife, some bars, some clubs. We're going to check out Hanoi, what it is during the daytime, how hectic it can be, how chill it can be. It's a lovely city, so if you guys are ready to check it out, make sure to hit the like button first and let's get into it. So the first thing when you get to Vietnam, you're like coffee. Coffee is like probably the biggest thing that you can find in Vietnam. There's so many versions of coffee there. One of the most popular style of coffee is the egg coffee. The little history of the egg coffee is war back in the day. They were short on supply with milk. This old guy just had a bunch of eggs at his place and he decided to beat it because he needed to feed his baby, give his baby some protein, and then he realized that, oh, a replacement for milk. Started beating his eggs into his cup of coffee and realized that he created something special, and now it's a big thing in Vietnam where egg coffee is really popular, especially with a lot of tourists. I have a bunch of local friends. I made a lot of local friends as well. I asked them about egg beer. Apparently egg beer tastes like honey. I find out that it's not a local drink. It's a drink that locals sell to tourists. People fall for that. That's why when I watch a lot of YouTube channels on food and drinks, they really suck. They're not that good. I went to a lot of the places. Bun cha is like one of those popular dishes there where they have like meat patties in a soup kind of thing, and you put like white noodles on it. Yeah, a lot of places they don't really taste that good. Even my Airbnb host, he recommended me to go to some street, which I'll probably post it on the screen somewhere. That particular street, there's tons of good local street food, so don't waste your time on those channels that talk about food tours and all those little things on their channels just to get clicks and views, because a lot of the times the food there is nowhere close or as good as to where the locals eat. Yeah, some of these bancha shops, they have like maybe 4 little outlets around them in the same location. Food tastes horrible. There was one shop that I saw that every YouTube channel was promoting. I bought the combo from them and they charged me 130,000. I went to some other local shops and I'm paying like 30,000, 40,000. That's like 100,000 less. So you can see that a lot of the YouTube channels just putting out silly content just for views, and they're not real shit. Just random backpackers trying to be popular YouTubers in Southeast Asia. They think they're food vloggers, but actually they're not. Spring rolls. I've never really been a fan of spring rolls. To me, in general, spring rolls are just oily and they're not that good. I mean, spring rolls is like a after party kind of food. In general, I don't think they're satisfying. If you find them satisfying, I don't know. Unless you get them made by like maybe Chinese people. Chinese people are really good at making spring rolls. Indian people are excellent at making spring rolls. But in general, like Thailand, Vietnam, the spring rolls are not great. Parks are a great place to meet people. There are tons of activities. There are people playing hoverboards. They close the roads around like Friday evening and on the weekend. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of activities. They're always like putting up stages and Christmas trees and concerts and EDM festivals. And one thing I noticed really good about Hon Kiem Park was that the toilets are probably the most cleanest toilets I've seen in any park in any part of the world. A lot of people in the park in general, they're so approachable, they're so nice. It's just the vibe in Vietnam. It's so different there compared to like other countries like let's say Thailand and Malaysia. I feel like people are more like close, but when you're in Vietnam, it's like people are down to like talk and meet even though language barrier. One of the things I noticed a lot at the park was that whether they're a foreigner or they're local, they kept going up to people from different countries and doing interviews with them and just interacting with them. So my next video is probably going to be me doing an interview with a bunch of girls around Hon Kiem, asking them what type of guys they're into, would they date foreigners, stuff like that. And then another interesting spot to go check out is the cathedral. Cathedral is really nice. It's a great place to take photos. Daytime and nighttime, you can take different styles of photos. Good to get some Tinder photos or profile photos or Instagram photos. But one thing is that don't eat the local street food around the cathedral. So if you're facing towards the cathedral, the street food will be on the right side. There will be like 2 restaurants, and then if you walk past the restaurants, there's street food where you see locals eating it. Me and Isabel, we spent like 12 bucks. We got some meat sticks, some crab sticks, coffee, and she got 2 beers. But for the quality of the food, it tasted so bad. It was horrible. The only thing that was probably good was the beer, just because the beer came from the bottle, so you know what you're paying for. But the food from that shop particularly just sucked. I don't know how anyone eats that. So I asked around to my local friends. My local friends were like, don't ever eat there because that is again another tourist trap. Locals in general don't eat around there. And again, paying $12 for street food there, it's a real ripoff. If I'm gonna spend that much, I can get like a nice Italian at 4P Pizza. If you guys have not tried 4P Pizza in Vietnam, you're missing out. That's the best place to get Italian food in the whole country. Nightlife. Nightlife is fun there. Well, if you go to the beer street, it's kind of like Khao San Road in Thailand mixed with Pattaya. I mean, it's chill if you know how to behave. People there just go nuts, whether they're local or tourists. They're just high on balloons. Like most clubs, bars, and lounges, their main stream of income is selling selling balloons. So it costs them about $1 to $2 to get a balloon, laughing gas balloon, and they sell it for $5 up to $8. It depends where you're hanging out. If you're at a local street spot, then it's going to cost about $5, $6. If you're going to a high-end bar, it usually costs around $8. But I bet most of you guys won't go to those exclusive places, because the exclusive places is just for very super local people, and you got to have a lot of local friends to know where these places are, because they don't promote these places on their social media as much, maybe only on Facebook, but Instagram and other socials, it's dead. But nightlife is very interesting there. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some of my stories where there's just a bunch of hot dancers dancing around. Sometimes you got a Russian chick dancing around, you got balloons, you got shisha. People are obsessed with drinking champagne and wine there. A lot of champagne, to be honest. Again, it's all about the levels of social classes. If you go to certain places, you have a different social class where they like to drink champagne. If you're going to party at the streets, it's where locals and expats and tourists want to go to hang out and have a good time. They drink beer, whiskey, coke, stuff like that. You go to a middle class place, they have like nice fancy cocktails, like Ning's Bar. One of my friends was playing there, and it was a nice bar to just check out and chill. A lot of middle and upper class. My overall thoughts about Hanoi, I would give Hanoi 7.5. I like Hanoi. Hanoi is a nice place. For me, it's not too crazy. You can balance your life. Cheap street food, you got coffee. I love coffee. Hanoi is a good place to just chill, mellow out, do work, focus on yourself, focus on your work. Not much distractions. It's cheap to live in. It's a fair amount of decent, pretty looking girls that you can meet. Again, it's just how you meet them, where you meet them. Don't get hustled like the girls on Tinder. Those girls will hustle you. So you just got to be smart, and I'm street smart. I used to work nightlife for like 15 years, so I know a hustler when I see a hustler. Everywhere in the world has its pluses and minuses, so you can't be too picky. Like Thailand is one of my favorite cities to live in. If I had a choice, yeah, I would stay in Thailand, but then again, Thailand is so easy to lose yourself because everyone just wants to party. Don't get me wrong, there's a handful where they'll just stay home and chill, but a lot of people want to go out in general. But right now, I don't feel like I would go back to Thailand anytime soon, apart from my boot camp that I'm doing in the middle of December. So if you guys are interested in my boot camp, hit me up on my Instagram or email me. 2-week boot camps, or whether it's like a day boot camp, one weekend boot camp. Life is a box of chocolates. If you don't try every chocolate in the box, how do you know what you're gonna like? So you gotta go out, date a lot of girls, date a lot of guys if you're a girl watching this, and then you know the type of person that you find attractive, whether it's physically, emotionally, what they do, who they are, etc. I think that's important. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to talk about next, and I'll see you guys next time, as it's getting really dark right now in the park of KL, Malaysia.